mosul. There was once a young man, his name was mosul, and he had managed to get with great difficulty a government job. You know, in olden days it was great to get government jobs. It was a very lowly clerical post, but it had very good prospects. One day, at the end of his career, he would be like inspector of weights and measurements. So it was a job which many people had wanted, and mosul had got this job, though he was a little clerk now. Now, one day when mosul was walking through an old garden, Khidir, who was an angel for the Sufis, he came with shimmering green colors, and he said, "Oh man of great prospects, leave all that you're doing and meet me by the river in 3 days' time." So mosul he went back. Khidir had said. So mosul went back and told his superior, "Look, I have to leave the job." And it was a small town, so everybody got to hear of it and said, "Is he mad? It's such a good job. It has such high prospects. Why would he be leaving this job?" But he left it, and then there were enough people who wanted the job, so they soon forgot about him. And in 3 days' time, mosul was at the river, and there was Khidir standing in glittering green. He said, "Now what? I've come." So Khidir said, "Take off your clothes, jump into the river." He said, "I don't want to swim." He said, "Jump into the river. Somebody might save you." So he took off his clothes and jumped into the river. He didn't drown. He floated for a long time. Then the fisherman was there in his little boat. He saw this mad thing, this naked thing floating around, and there was this waterfall coming up very soon. He grabbed him and pulled him on the boat and said, "Are you mad? What do you think you're doing?" And mosul very honestly said, "I really don't know." And so the fisherman was kind. He took him home, and he taught him how to fish. He taught him how to fish, and he stayed with him, and they had a nice time. And he would help him with his fishing. Now, after 6 months, suddenly again, who appears at his bedside? Khidir. He says, "Leave this fisherman out. Walk down the road. Somebody will find you. You will be taken care of." And Khidir got up in his fisherman's clothes. He walked, went to the highway. There was a farmer. He was going to the market with his donkey. And they started talking, and then the farmer said, "Okay, you have nothing to do. Listen, I need an extra hand on the farm. Will you come?" He said, "Okay, why not?" So he followed the farmer and he went to the farm. There he learned how to farm. A lot of all the agricultural stuff he learned. There didn't seem to be learning anything else, but he was happy. And nearly 2 years passed. Then one day, as he was in the farm doing something, leave the farmer, get up, and go to far away. What is the name of the thing he said? Anyway, someplace, and become a skin merchant. Use all your money, set up a shop, and become a skin merchant. He got up, walked out from there, didn't tell the farmer nothing. He just walked out, went to this faraway place, Mosul. This place was called Mosul. And he set up his shop, became a skin merchant, and for 3 or 5 years he worked there for long. He became very rich. Khidir not showing his face anymore. So he said, "Okay, now I have a lot of money." He was starting to plan to buy a house, to get married, settle down. Who should appear at this time? Doing all this, "Give me all your money. Go to that faraway place, Samarkand, and there is a poor grocer. Go and help him in his shop." Give him his money. Went. And then he started helping at his grocer shop. Now, day in and day out, he would work at the grocer shop, but slowly people started realizing that this man was showing signs of illumination. He was becoming wiser and wiser, and he seemed to know a lot, and he could heal people. And so people started coming to him for advice, for healing, and he became very famous. And then all these, these philosophers and clerics, they came to him and said, "Who taught you? Where did you learn?" Mosul said, "Difficult to say." So they went away disgusted. This man was not giving away his secrets. Then somehow some disciples got attached to him. And they said, "Master, tell us, how did you start?" He said, "I had a job with great prospects." "And did you leave it all to suffer and to learn the great mysteries of life?" He said, "No, I jumped into a river." So they thought, what is this? This must have some deep meaning. We will understand it one day. Then some biographers came. They wanted to write his life story. And they said, tell us about your journey. Tell us, how did you start? Where did you go? How did you become so wise? How did you become a healer? And he said, well, I told you, I joined that, I had a great job with great prospects. Then one day I jumped into a river. Then I fished for a while. Then I went on a farm. I farmed. Then I became a skin merchant for some time. I was very rich also. I was thinking of getting married. But then I left everything and I came to this grocery shop. Now I'm here. Yeah, that's it. He said, this does not explain anything. How did you become so wise? I said, yeah, that's true. It doesn't explain anything. So then now the biographers had to produce a book. So they decided to give some color to the story. And so they put in Khidir with a shining green rose. Oh.